What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be doing my 2020 stats video. So, stats, oh my god, like I have just spent the morning getting this all collated together and I'm just, yeah, I'm a stats nerd, but like normally I'm not very good at it, and then this morning things just fell into place and I was actually managing to get it all sorted. But I've decided I'm gonna keep more of a record in my reading journal that I've talked about a little bit, and then at the end of the month I'm going to transfer it into a digital spreadsheet, so then I'm not trying to keep the digital spreadsheet updated as I go. I also need to figure out how I want to record, because I was doing a little preview on my Instagram up until my reading slump in September. So I found that my friends really liked me posting that and just letting them know the books that I was reading. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but it was a really time-consuming process and I just couldn't be bothered with it by the end. Considering I read 180 books, that is a lot of time collating each image in, figuring it all out, writing out the statistics and going from there. So if I can figure out a way, who knows, I might just lay the books out, take a photo of them, and then superimpose my ebooks or audiobooks. That might make it a bit easier, but I got stats. So I have gone through and made these charts, and I am super duper duper excited to talk through the books. Now, I'm not going to be mentioning the 180 books that I have read in detail. I'm just going over the numbers side of things. I'm thinking I might try Books and Maddie's challenge to see if I can name the 180 books that I've read this year, and just give Ash the list and then he can mark them off as we go. I'm nervous though. With my stats, I do have a complete breakdown per month of the books that I've read, the pages, the ratings, and then the method that I read them, whether they were fiction or non-fiction, hauled, and the middle grade. But with these stats, I've only done the number of books, the pages I've read, and the books that I've hauled per month, and then the format, the audience, fiction or non-fiction, and my ratings are all collated into the whole year. So I felt that that was the best way of approaching things. So yeah, I'm going to shuffle to the side so I can put my little graphics up here. And yeah, so let's get in. In the month of January, I read 22 books, which collated to 6,288 pages. I hauled 22 books. 13 of those I have read, 9 of those I have not. In February, I read 11 books, collating to 3,486 pages. I hauled 18 books, I've read 9, and I still have 9 unread. In March, I read 18 books, for a total page count of 5,953. I hauled 11 books, 9 of which I have read, 2 of which I have not. In April, I read 19 books. I read a total page count of 6,572. I hauled 5 books, I've read 3, I still have 2 unread. In May, I read 20 books for a total page count of 6,582. I hauled 16 books, 6 of those I've read, 10 of those I have not. For June, I read 13 books with a page total of 4,907. I hauled 22 books, 6 of those I have read, 16 I have not. For July, I read 14 books with a page total of 4,350. I hauled 19 books, 8 of those I have read, 11 I have not. For August, I read 10 books with a page total of 2,388, and this is when my reading slump kicked in. So we excelled in April and May, and then slowly dived down to hit the page total of 2,388 when we hauled 12 books. 4 of those I have read, 8 I have not. September happened, I read 7 books for a total page count of 2,771, so still more pages than August, but just less books. And I hauled 9 books, 2 of those I have read, 7 I have not. October, I read 14 books with a total of 5,574 pages. I hauled 16 books, 13 of those I have read, 3 I have not. I'm so proud. I'm so excited to get to those 3 this year and just click them out. November, I read 20 books for a total page count of 6,646. I hauled 7 books, I've read 2, I haven't read 5, and then for December I've read 12 books for a total page count of 4,309. I hauled 14 books and I have not read a single one of them. So my total page count was 59,826 pages according to my stats. According to Goodreads it's like 61,000. I know that the additions are wrong on some of them, so that explains that. I would mark in my planner the end page, not including the extra bits from the author and things like that. I hauled 171 books. 75 of those I have read, 95 of those I have not. Shit. Alrighty, so with that total page count, we'd be looking at reading roughly 163 pages a day, which is mind-blowing. I don't understand. For my books, this averages out to be 15 books a month, which I am so impressed by. Like, what? But yeah, so according to Goodreads, the average book length is about 339 pages, although I wouldn't say that's completely accurate. And according to my stats, it's about 332 pages a book. So wow, also seems about right. Like, I don't really go towards the big book, so maybe this will change next year. Now into the overarching formats. Let me know if you do want to see a month by month breakdown. I could do this throughout my wrap-ups, I suppose, if I'm going to start keeping track of them. Just depends. For formats, I read 9 audiobooks, 19 ebooks, 11 ebooks and audiobooks simultaneously, 53 physical books, and 88 physical books while listening to the audiobook. So if you want to know how I read 180 books in a year, that, my friends, is how I do it. In terms of audience, I am shook. Like, honestly, I thought I was a YA reader. And this might change. It might just be the books that I was picking up, they were just, I don't know. But I've read, so I combined children's and middle grade together. So middle grade, I read 45 books. Thank you, Believeathon. That is 100% your doing. So the different rounds of Believeathons obviously upped my page, my books read. Like, I'm pretty sure there was one in May, there was one in November. So like, yeah, Believeathon really helps on that front. For young adult, I read 53 books, and adult, I read 80 books. I don't understand. Me, I'm a hard-hitting YA reader, not an adult reader. I don't understand. I think maybe if they were teetering on the edge of YA and adult, I'd usually go for adult. So yeah, not sure on that front, but hopefully I'll be able to like keep a better record of it this year maybe. And then no surprises, fiction versus non-fiction. I read 13 non-fiction, which means I read 167 fiction. 13 non-fiction. That is more than one a month. I am so proud. Like, obviously my reading is going to be predominantly fiction. I don't count any books that I read for uni, not that I ever have to, but I love my fiction and I enjoy picking up non-fiction, but it's never going to be like the highest priority for me. So to read more than one a month, I'm thrilled. Jumping into our ratings. So I had 2 1-star books, Fuck You Mary Poppins and Fuck You Adolescence. We had 1 2-star, Thank You Princess Bride. Sorry, Austin. 3 stars, we had 19. 4 stars, I had 81, and 5 stars, I had 77. So my average rating is 4.3 stars, which is fucking fantastic. Like, really like it. I'm gonna give it a 4-star, whereas some people might give it a 3, but for me, that's an okay book. It doesn't leave me with joy. But if I have some connection to it, I'm enjoying the reading experience and like going through it, then yeah, it will definitely get a 4-star or above for me. And then just a few little wrap-ups. The shortest book was Leave the Window Open by V.E. Schwab. It was a short novella, literally like 10 pages, in the back of The Dark Vault, which is the archive series. And the longest book is probably Feast of Crows by George R.R. Martin. According to my Goodreads, it's Ship of Magic, but my version of Ship of Magic is 650 something pages. I'm not sure why on Goodreads it's marked as 880, so that's where I know it skews out my page count, at least there. So yeah, Feast of Crows was my longest. The most popular on Goodreads was Little Women. It was shelved 2,688,029 times. The least was Iron Lights, which got shelved 14 times. 3 of those were probably me. And then the highest rated was Know My Name with a rating of 4.3 as well, which is absolutely not surprising in the slightest because it was fantastic. Keep an eye out for my top 20 of 2020 coming later this month for more info on that. I have decided that I'm gonna try and record the author's background, gender, and or identity in that sort of capacity. I'm going to be tracking my hoard books and where I get them from a bit more. I'm going to be tracking a whole other variety of different things, I think, and I'm just gonna see how the year goes. And I've got this journal so everything can be collated together and then transferred to the spreadsheet so I can give you these graphics at the end of the year without tearing my hair out because I don't want to have to put in every book. I don't. Oh, and genres. Genres is going to be a massive thing that I start recording. Mostly for the first 4 months I wasn't recording it, and then I started recording it, so I couldn't be bothered. I read over 60 books in those first 4 months. Like, we ain't doing that to me. So yeah, I'll start keeping a track of that. And yeah, this year has really shown me the things that I want to be recording and keeping track of. I've got goals, I've got aspirations, I've got a whole lot of amazing books on my shelves, and I can't wait to get to them. So yeah, there was just some random ass brief statistics that I thought I would send your way. I really enjoyed creating these little graphics and stuff. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see for next year's version. Would you like to see a quarterly stats video sort of thing? Would you like to see mid-year, end of year? Like, how frequently would you like to see these things? And if you would, what would you like to be involved? Would you like to see my ebooks and audiobook like hauls and all that included in this as well? Like, the opportunities are endless. But if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!